Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Happy Beauty with OB. My name is Beatrix. The channel name is Happy Beauty with OB. My name is Beatrix or Uaripi, whichever you prefer. So welcome back again to my channel. I'm really excited to be here again because it's been a while and it's been pretty cold. So but those are obviously excuses. Let me just be honest, those are excuses. So but yeah, I thought I need to get on track again with filming again. So today I'm just going to be doing a get ready with me makeup look because I need to do some filming today. So I decided, okay, let me just get on here and do my look or my makeup, you know, on film. So but while we do that, I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of a chat with me as well. I've never done this before, so it's going to be quite challenging because I can't really do my makeup and chat at the same time, but there's always a first time for everything. So I've written some I have a little note situation going on here because I wanted to kind of keep on track and not just, you know, go off tangent. I don't want to do that because my time is limited. I have to film some other videos later today. In fact, I have an appointment at 2 and then after that I have to continue filming. So I only have this time to prep for filming today. So basically we're going to do a makeup look. Last night I did a little bit of prepping as well, so I decided to do like a purple eyeshadow look today, which I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we shall see. Today I'll be using the Exotic Signature palette. That's how it looks like. And those are the colors, so I'll be attempting to use those. This is more of a really dark brown color. I'll be using these neutrals as well as maybe that purple as a base, maybe this one as well as a base. I'll see. And then I will also use the Laura Seller Casual Collection Multifunction Eyeshadow Palette. This is it, I think. It's the correct way. And then take this out. This is how it looks like. These are the shades that are in there. So I'll probably use a little bit of this and that as well, because that's like a little purple glittery shade in there. So I'll use that as well. So yeah. So, and then we'll just, you know, go with the flow and see how it turns out. So I just came out the shower. I did not put on my my moisturizer and sunscreen, so we're gonna do that because I'll be in the sun today. So this is the first my moisturizer, which is from the Skin Functional brand. Let me just take my rings off. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. So I'll just use that much for my face. I don't have anything on my face right now. So if you see me looking down here, I have a mirror that I'm looking into. This will kind of help guide me. Okay. And then this is my sunscreen, which is the Luminous Lamel Brightening Defense Lamel brand, or sunscreen rather. I'm just going to use this much. These on the side. Ooh, normally I do this right after I get out the shower, so but right now my skin kind of feels dry because I didn't put anything on my skin, you know, right after I got out the shower. So okay, but I needed to leave that so I could do it on camera. So okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I need my face to have a little bit of a grip, especially the makeup. So I'm going to use this Lies gripping serum, which is a primer. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so there's a little container. Just gonna use a little bit of this. Ooh, okay, I don't know how little bit this is, but okay, it's like a gel consistency. It's got like a little gel consistency. I'm just gonna put that on. Again, I don't want to do too much because I'll have to be the video that I'll be filming is a how to style combat boots video, so I don't, because I'll have to take off and put on some clothing. I don't want to do too much makeup. Okay. So the foundation that I'm going to be using, let's just close this. Okay, so because I want to do a little bit of a chat, I'm not going to be talking about the products that I'm going to be doing, but I will list them down below. So I won't really be talking about them. I'll show you what they are, but I'm not going to like say what they are, because I can't do both at the same time. So so basically let us start. Where's my foundation brush? What we're going to be talking about today is checking in on our mid-year. Well, at this time it's mid-year. Basically, we have a few days before the year, before we're in the second half of the year. Basically, at the time of me filming this video, it is the 28th of June. So what we're doing now is basically just checking in on our goals, like where we're at. So I want this video to be interactive, so down below I just want you to comment where you're at with your goals. But I also want to talk about the importance of doing a reset, or basically checking in on where you're at this time, which is basically mid-year. And the reason that we're doing that basically is so that we can reevaluate our goals. Are we still where we want to be? Are there certain things that we want to change? Certain goals that we maybe need to add? And also, it's also important to do that, to kind of do a year review or mid-year review, because you want to also make sure that you are on track. You need to like reassess where you're at. Are you still on track with the goals that you still want to achieve? Are you still on track with those goals? So I wanted to basically ask also with the goals that the important goals, because there's different types of goals, right? With your goals, where are you at? Especially the ones that you for sure want to achieve. Would you say that at this time you are like 80% there, maybe 20%, maybe 30%, or maybe 50%? Doesn't really matter. Where are you at with those goals right now? For me, I have, of course, as I mentioned, there are different types of goals, like for example, when I say different types, I mean different categories. So are you like when you look at your, for example, your financial goals, where are you at with those? When you look at your self-development goals. Where are you with those? Your spiritual goals, you know, family goals, all of those things. Where are you at this time of the year? It's really important to assess where you're at so that you can know what you still need to do. And then it's also important to, at this time of the year, to assess basically how many goals you set for yourself, because sometimes what we tend to do is we tend to set so many goals, and sometimes it's just not practical to kind of get to all of them. So again, you'll have to look into that and assess and see, okay, maybe this I'll need to probably set it aside for some other time, or to get on it some other time, because there are some other goals that are more pressing than others, you know, so you can prioritize those goals. And then also, it is really important when you do that. It's important, of course, to be very intentional about these things. All of these require intentionality, because if you're not intentional about assessing where you're at, then you're just going to be doing whatever, you know, and at your own pace. That's also another reason why you need to kind of reevaluate and reassess, so that you can basically determine at what pace I'm supposed to move at. Okay, what are we doing next now? We're going to do our eyes. So let's see. It's really hard for me to do this and talk at the same time, but we're gonna do this. Nothing is just too hard, okay? Sometimes we just have to throw ourselves in there and just do what we have to do. Okay, so I want to touch on very briefly the types of goals there are, and then just, you know, briefly chat around that. So let's see, what are we going to use now? Let's do a base that is a little bit lighter. We'll do this one, a little bit lighter, but not too shimmery as a base. Okay, this palette has a little bit of what is it called, like if you don't kind of pat it like this, then it just goes all over your face, and I don't like to clean up because it kind of messes up my foundation. So I kind of just pat the extra on my mirror like so. Okay, so this is going to be my base. So okay, back to the subject at hand. So there are 5 types of goals that I'm going to be chatting about. The very first one is basically your stand goals. Yes, they're called your stand goals. So these are basically these are, no matter what, these stand. They doesn't matter where you're at. These are the things that you basically have to do every day. These are like your everyday habits, basically. So if you doing a check-in right now at this period of the year, would you say that you're on track with these, or are you slacking with some of these? How do your habits look like? Have you replaced your bad habits with good habits? Would you say that you've replaced your bad habits with good habits? And of course, this is not an easy thing to do all the time, but if you set some goals and you're like, I want to get to this place at this time, or this is where I see myself in the next 5 years, next 6 months, the next 10 years, then you have to be intentional about your habits. So if you have habits that are not serving you, then you will have to basically change those and replace them with healthy habits. Okay, we all have those. So nobody's gonna front and say that they don't have those. We all do. So so what have you been doing to mitigate those? And then because these are really important. If you don't have good habits, then you are not going to get, you're not going to get to where you see yourself or where you envision yourself. So my question is, what are those habits for you? If you don't want to be specific, that is fine. Just comment down below that you do have those, and if you do want to share and say, okay, my bad habit is such and such, and these are the positive habits that I've replaced, you know, in the place of those bad habits. Okay, and the next thing that we're gonna do now, I need to take another shade. Let's see, I want a darkish look. So now I'm gonna just dip into this one over here. Is it? Yes, this one's a little bit of a shimmery color. It's called rose gold. So I'm gonna kind of just dip into this, and it's giving a little bit of, ooh, just made a mistake there. Okay, it's giving a little bit of purple, of course, which is the look I'm going for today. So, which I love. So the next goals that I'm going to talk about is our pebble goals. Pebble goals basically are, you know, for me, what I do is every week, it really helps me stay on track and to sort of focus on certain things, because if I don't do this, then I don't do what I'm supposed to do. So at the start of every week, which for me is every Sunday, I write down the things that I want to do in that week. So for example, okay, I need to go to such and such a place to get this quote, or I need to film a video, or I need to edit a video, whatever that may be, it doesn't matter. So I basically just set those little tasks, so to speak. I know this is gonna be a hot mess because I feel like I am so distracted with all of this chatting, but okay. So I basically write these little goals, so to speak, weekly goals or tasks, and just to kind of keep me on track, because at the end of the day, the sum of all the little things that you do eventually amount or come up to the big goal, and then you just achieve this big goal, okay, that you set out for yourself. So you have to have things that you do every day and every week, basically, to help you get to where you need to be. Okay, so I did a bit of I messed up a little bit, so I need to just kind of blend in the situation somehow. I'm just going to take a bit of a tissue here and just wipe this off, because I kind of messed up here a little bit. Okay, so basically, what are these? Are you doing that? Does it help you do that? Like to set those monthly. I feel like my foundation has not. This is why too much foundation for me, I don't like it. And I think, I'm not so sure if this color is now suited for me now in the winter. I'm not sure. Okay, so and then the next ones are stepping stone goals. So within the next 90 days, what is it that you want to see having been achieved? So that would be July, August and September. So towards the end of September, what are the things that you're going to do now within these 3 months, June, July and July, August and September, that you will want to see having been completed at the end of September, basically. So again, you will have to be intentional about these types of things. Let's see. what are we going to use now? Let me use this dark shade. I'll use this dark shade. It's also a purple shade, but it's a bit darker than the one I used before. And I'm going to use this for the edges of my yeah, the corners of my eyes basically. So yeah, what are we going to be doing for the next 3 months? What are we going to be intentional about for the next 3 months to help us achieve what we want to see within the next 90 days? Okay, and these are called stepping stone goals basically. Let's see. I like this. I like how this is turning out. And then briefly, standing stone goals. These are basically, this is basically where do you need to also assess, because it is important to know to have long-term and short-term goals, right? So now you need to assess where you see yourself in the next 5 years. Where do you see yourself? I need a brush to kind of blend this out because this is very harsh. I see some harsh lines, but okay, I know what I'm going to do there. I need to wash my brushes. Okay, so here's another brush that I can use. I just want to mix it with another shade. Let's see. It is going to kind of blend that out. So this is, I think it's too dark. Yeah, I'll use this. So from the Laura Geller palette, I'll use that shade over there to just kind of blend out the harsh shades on top there. Take that out, remove that. So where was I? So you also need to basically assess those goals and see, are you in fact being intentional about where you see yourself in the next 5 years, what you want to have, what you want to see achieved in the next 5 years. Okay, this is a bit crazy looking. This is not what we want, child. Okay. And then eventually we're going to come to the what I would call your dream life. This vision is basically mostly what I would call it, more of a broad goal, because it's your dream and your vision. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? This is more long term. The other one's also long term. The one that I spoke about before that, 5 years is a bit long term. But we kind of have to get to a place where we think about our goals, short term and long term, because that helps us be intentional about what we do to get there. Okay. Let's see. I need to kind of clean this a bit. Okay, so I just want to now, what I'm doing right now is kind of blending this out because I look a little crazy. And that is not what we're trying to do. I feel like within the blending I took off a little bit more than I had wanted or than I had intended. So I need to go in again with a smaller brush with the purple. This dark shade. Okay. The blending kind of took it away. Just a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to have to blend that in again. So basically, this is just a little bit of a chat about where we're at. We are reassessing where we're at. How far have we gotten? Are we 60% done with some of the major goals that we've set for ourselves? If I am to briefly, not in detail, talk about my goals, well, let me say a major goal that I had set towards the end of last year. Now, I had a bit of a challenge with this goal, to where I had to basically, let's see, what are we going to use to make me look fine, to where I've had to reassess this goal. Now, it doesn't mean that the goal is not on target, that I'm not going to be doing the goal, or trying to achieve the goal, because I do want to. This was one of the goals that was, when I set the goal, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just too big, and maybe I shouldn't be so hell bent on achieving the goal. One thing that I don't like is, let me just kind of go in with something lighter. So I've had to kind of reassess the goal, and not that I removed it, it's still there. I've had to reassess it because I've hit a snag to where there was a possibility that I might not achieve it, and then I've had to go back to the drawing board, and I've had to go and have some major chats with a big stakeholder that I also had involved in this, and towards the end, it is something that I can still achieve, thank God, but I'm just waiting for some confirmations on certain things, and if I get the confirmations, then I'll be good. And if not, I am not, doesn't mean that I will throw it away. I'll just move it to the next year, because it's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. So sometimes you kind of, things don't work out the way that you've planned. I'm still on track. I'd have to say that I have now achieved it. 50% of it is achieved. I'd have to say I still need to do some work, on it. So I think this is it, girl. I can't. I kind of look crazy. This is why I don't like too much makeup. I love the very subtle look. Okay, so now we're gonna do my cheeks. Let's do my cheeks. Firstly, let's do a little bit of toasting, or bronzing, if I were to call it that. And I mean, one always needs to realize that life is just like that. Sometimes we may not be able to achieve the things that we want to achieve in that period, but if those things mean a lot to you and you really want to achieve them, you just kind of try and find ways to still achieve them. I don't think this is very, and work towards them, work towards achieving them. So don't throw those dreams away. Don't throw the dreams away. Just